Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. In a recent video, I talked about how I wanted to get back into scrapbooking. And so today I wanted to share with you a little haul that I got to get myself started. Now, I don't need absolutely everything for scrapbooking. I used to do this quite frequently, but it's been many years. So things like paper and an actual scrapbook, I just didn't have anymore. So I went to Hobby Lobby and grabbed a little handful of things. It wasn't too much. All of this stuff was, or at least most of it was 40% off. And so it was really affordable, honestly. And I thought I would share that with you today before I get into starting my new scrapbook. So one thing I wanted to mention is that in that previous video, I talked about how I kind of love all of the cozy hobbies, and it is thunderstorming right now. So I don't really know how much cozier you can get than a thunderstorm, but I don't know if you can hear that. It is pouring rain and the thunder keeps coming so loudly. So I apologize if that comes through, but also not really. Did you hear it? But I also feel like I shouldn't apologize because, like I said, it kind of makes it a little cozier. So, oh my goodness, it is really loud though. I promise it's not construction going on. It's just thunder. So let me go ahead and move this stuff and I'll show you one thing at a time. Okay, so for starters, I needed some scrapbook paper. This was not my #1 pick, but my daughter really wanted it. So I loved some of them in here. I didn't love the ones that have the foil in them quite as much, but I thought that between the two of us, we could share this pack. So let me go ahead and open it up and show you what's inside. So this was, like I said, 40% off, and one of the things I love about this, these sets of scrapbook paper are that you get multiple of each design. One of my favorite scrapbook paper designers is Maggie Holmes, and I have a few different paper packs by her, but you only typically get, at least for the ones I have, you only get one in each pack, so like one of each design, which is fine, except for I kind of like when I'm scrapbooking for my background pages to be the same on both sides of my spread. So I kind of wish in hindsight I would have bought like less of hers and just gotten 2 of each pack, because then I could put them side by side. So I like that there are 3 because you can still use 2 for your spread, and then you can have a third one to use as like a background for or like to matte photos on other pages. And I think I forgot to mention it, but this one is called Peach Fuzz. Okay, this one was my favorite, and if they had it in a larger size, I would have gotten it, but they only had at my store this 6 by 6 inches, which I was going to do an 8 by 8 inch scrapbook, but I didn't find any 8 by 8 inch scrapbook paper at Hobby Lobby. I think I've bought it before, maybe from another brand, I'm not sure. So that kind of made me not want to do that size scrapbook because it seemed like I would have to buy bigger paper and then cut it down. So I didn't do that. But this one is so pretty, and if I find it in the bigger version, I might have to get it. But this one is called Floral Farmhouse, and I just love these designs. Seriously, how cute are these? Another one of my favorites. And another one of my favorites. Now in hindsight, I probably should have gotten some plain background paper that would match this, like to coordinate with this. I did get some solids, but I got them in like smaller sizes, thinking that I would use them to like matte photos. But in hindsight, maybe I should have gotten some that would coordinate with these, since these are too small to be like a full background page, but I can just use what I have for now. Speaking of solid colored paper, I did get this thinking that would match, but like I said, I got a 12 by 12 scrapbook, so these will have to be cut down to matte photos. But I did get some white cardstock paper, just a pack of it, and then I did grab a couple single sheets. So a couple of this cream color, and then a couple of this, I don't know if that's kind of a taupe color. And then the last of my paper, I got just a couple of the single sheets. I got 2 of this one, and then I got 2 of this one, but I already used one of them when I started a scrapbook page. I also got these decorative photo corners. They come with 108 pieces, so I thought that would be cute to kind of add some dimension. I'm a pretty simple scrapbooker. I like things to be kind of, you know, clean lines and kind of like maybe a little minimalist, so I thought these would add some fun without the page getting too busy. And of course I needed some stickers. I got 2 packs. I'll show you them one at a time. The first one is this Fairy Tale Cottagecore. I think I've actually bought this in the past. I think we made I think we made summer journals with these. I may have actually gotten both of these in the past. I clearly have a style that I like, but I thought these would be really cute. And some of them I won't use, but I will let my daughter use these in her scrapbook as well. So some of them might be more for her and some of them might be more for mine. If this just doesn't embody the cozy hobbies, I love to embroider and read. There's like teacups and tea kettles throughout this one, and flowers. And then this one is the vintage floral sticker pack. I didn't realize how many of them had words on them, so that'll be fun to use, but I didn't realize that until I got them home and opened them up. Now, one thing I need help on is the actual scrapbook. I'm going to show you the two that I bought, but I think I'm going to return one, so I would love to hear your opinion on these. So growing up, I always used to make scrapbooks in this type of an album. I will say I think the ones that I used to use were like expandable, so they had, maybe these are too. I haven't taken this apart, but the ones that I used to use were like expandable, so you could fit a lot in each one. And I kind of liked that. And so I wanted to get this one for sure. This one was $16.99 with 40% off, so I thought that was really inexpensive. Oh yeah, it does say expandable spine. So I got this one and I'm going to keep this one for like my family scrapbook, I think. But then I also got this one because I was seeing people use these spiral bound scrapbook albums all over TikTok, and I kind of think once I got it home, I think I might return it because I don't know that I'm going to like it. What do you guys think? I love the simplicity of like how they can open it up and just put the stuff right on the page, but then I kind of worry that later on it's gonna like fall out of the page. And then also I'm afraid to say this because I know that people absolutely love this look. But whenever scrapbooks or journals get super full where they're like expanding open, like exploding open, I don't know that I would really like that. And I'm embarrassed to say it because I know it's like cool and people like aspire to have a journal or a scrapbook that is exploding open and super full. I feel like that might, I don't know, I'm not sure that it's for me. Nothing against it. I know it's fun. I love the simplicity of how you can just open up your scrapbook and do a page. It looks super fun. But I just don't know how I feel about that when it comes to like storing something on a bookshelf. So I like to have my scrapbooks and even just my books and journals like lined up on a bookshelf. And if they're expanded so wide open, I don't know, can you do that? Please tell me what you guys think, because I'm willing to change my mind. I'm willing to try it, but I also don't want to waste money. So I was thinking that maybe I should just stick with traditional scrapbooking and see how it goes. Let me know what you think though. And lastly, I just got two practical things that I needed. I used to have one of these that was maybe like the Fiskars brand or something. I don't remember exactly. It was like gray with red, I think. And it was a little bit bigger than this one, but this part like always would get stuck. So I think I finally got rid of it a few months back. So I do like this one so far. I've used it on like one scrapbook page, but I did put like 10 pictures on it. So I had a bit of practice. And then I also purchased this double-sided extra strength tape. Now tell me again what kind of tape I should be using for scrapbooking, because I've used this over the years for just other craft projects and I feel like it sticks really well. The reason I got it is because I saw a couple of videos on TikTok where people were showing their scrapbooks they had done, and they said they used those tape runners and they were opening them up and they were like, look at my pictures are falling out, so they're not like holding up. So I got this instead of those tape runners. And I thought it was a great deal because this is a thicker one. It was $2.29, and then I got a thinner one that was like $1 something, which seemed like a great deal. But number one, I used up the smaller one almost in its entirety on one scrapbook page. Like I said, I did have like 10 pictures on it and I matted a lot of them, so it was a lot of tape. But they're also really cumbersome to use because you have to put the tape on it and then peel this red backing off, and they're like staticky, so they kind of get stuck to your fingers, and it's just not like the most enjoyable process. But I also am willing to do it if it's what will keep my pictures in the page and not like falling apart and my scrapbook's becoming a mess. So tell me if you have something tried and true, what I should use. And then I was also wondering the tape runners. I'm wondering if it matters where you get them from. Like if you get the Creative Memories tape runners, I'm assuming those would probably not have the same issues. Maybe it's people who are using like something from Amazon or something. I don't know. Just, I'm willing to learn. Please tell me what kind of tape I can use, because while I was excited about this, I don't know that it's going to be quite as cheap if I'm using a whole thing of tape for like a couple scrapbook pages. Or maybe I just need to put the tape only in the corners. That could be my problem too. I didn't line every bit of the edges, but I did put a lot of tape on there. So let me know what you guys think. I'm really excited to dive more into this hobby that I used to do many, many years ago. So let me know if you have any tips or suggestions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.